progress is good. Patient seems to have made a full recovery with no ill effects that we're aware of, um, and is able to control the mouse, move the mouse around the screen just by thinking.
Leading the 2024 technology revolution, Neuralink has officially succeeded with its first patient enabling mouse computer control just by thinking alongside remarkable recovery just days after invasion. Musk's confirmation of the promising nerve spike discovery earlier seemed a positive sign to unlock a range of high-end possibilities this patient could achieve. Most optimistically, communication. Telepathy is what the masses await, and Musk deserves a Nobel Prize as it stands ready to revolutionize a patient's life. So, what has Elon Musk shared about the latest condition of the first patient? Welcome to Tesla Car World. We humbly ask that you please show your support by subscribing and ringing that bell. Now, let's get started with today's content. Specifically, during the Spaces call on X with Catherine Brodsky, a renowned writer and journalist, Elon Musk shared updates about Neuralink's first patient and their experience with the N1 chip. Although Musk didn't mention the identity of the first patient, it's undoubtedly a patient over 22 years old who had quadriplegia due to a spinal cord injury or a condition like amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, ALS, or even Lou Gehrig's disease. Elon Musk shared that the first human Neuralink patient seems to have made a full recovery with no ill effects and is able to control the mouse and screen just by thinking. Previously, just one day after this patient had completed the implantation, Musk couldn't contain his excitement as he shared on X the first human received an implant from Neuralink yesterday and is recovering well. This announcement has sparked a wave of positive support for the technology, even though its effectiveness has yet to be fully validated, because what most people are concerned about is safety throughout the implantation process. Not stopping there, Musk also confirmed that there's been no reported side effects since the day of implantation. Although it's still relatively early to draw overall conclusions about whether the N1 chip will have any future impacts, everything is currently very promising and trustworthy. Talking about someone being able to control a computer mouse with their thoughts is the dreams of millions of quadriplegic patients out there. According to the theory behind how this capability works, to control the computer mouse, this patient would use their thoughts to activate 1,024 electrodes within 64 threads on the implanted N1 chip at designated points. These over 1,000 electrodes would record brain signals and transmit them to a computer, where they would be decoded to mouse control commands. If you're concerned about safety throughout the implantation process, the patient's monitored by a team of specialized doctors that Musk has meticulously selected over the years. Combined with a continuously improved surgical robot R1, this robot allows for the precise placement of electrodes in the least painful and most accurate locations on the brain. As the company said last October on X, the tip is only 10 to 12 microns in width, only slightly larger than the diameter of a red blood cell. The small size allows threads to be inserted with minimal damage to the cortex. Compared to other BCIs, Neuralink is considered the safest option currently available, not only because of its minimally invasive nature, but also because the N1 chip is more resistant to rejection due to its material and size, which is roughly a quarter the size, making it small enough to have a significant impact on the brain. Unlike other chips that are attached to bundles of wires, causing discomfort and inconvenience. The N1 implant is powered by a small battery charged wirelessly from outside via a compact inductive charger that enables easy use from anywhere, the company says on its website. As he announced the human implant surgery, Musk said his company's implant product would be called telepathy. Enables control of your phone or computer, and through then almost any device, just by thinking, he tweeted Monday evening. Initial users will be those who have lost use of their limbs, he said. Imagine if Stephen Hawking could communicate faster than a speed typist or auctioneer. That's the goal. As previously announced, the main research period will last for 18 months, completing with regular direct clinical and at-home checkups, as well as frequent brain-computer interface research sessions. Following that, a 5-year monitoring period will include 20 additional years of clinic visits. During this stage, the patient is undoubtedly still undergoing recovery at Neuralink's secretive facility under strict 24-hour surveillance by a rotating team. Neglecting this patient would not only render all efforts futile, but could also potentially damage Neuralink's credibility irreparably. Although the ability to move a computer mouse with thoughts is still limited, according to what Musk has revealed, Neuralink has the potential to go even further. Nevertheless, ultimately, this is a significant step in the development of BCI. In the latest updates, Musk also added that Neuralink is constantly monitoring the patient's use of the N1 brain implant device. The patient's current task is to click on the mouse button as often as possible. Recall that earlier, Musk mentioned his desire for one day is to use the N1 to provide energy for prosthetic limbs to fully function for amputees, produced with the expertise of Tesla. However, Musk's goal is to start by curing quadriplegia before moving on to restoring vision for the blind using Neuralink's first product, which he named telepathy. The success of Neuralink's first human trials demonstrates the potential of the company's N1 brain implant device, along with its wireless computer interface and the company's surgical robot R1. The company, led by Musk, still has a long way to go before Neuralink's technology is proven safe for the public. However, Musk's updates on Neuralink's first patient are promising. How controlling a computer mouse just by thinking will change the lives of Neuralink patients. On the day when the first Neuralink patient successfully controls a computer mouse cursor with their thoughts, the door to a BCI revolution seems to have opened, welcoming a range of possibilities that this patient may achieve. Through their ability to control the mouse cursor with their thoughts in subsequent stages, patients may be able to smoothly and naturally manipulate commands on the computer screen, similar to or even faster than how they use a regular mouse by hand. Left or right clicking is no longer an issue, as they simply need to focus on the target or use specific brain signals. By scrolling the mouse through thought, navigating web pages and zooming in and out becomes easier than ever, simply by controlling the cursor in different directions. The next step is text input. Using a virtual keyboard controlled by thought, patients can input text quickly and accurately. Automatic completion from suggestions based on contextual keyboards help them write faster and more efficiently than ever before. Even spelling correction and text formatting becomes simple with the power of thought. These are basic abilities that this patient fully achieves within the next few months as they become accustomed to how Neuralink receives signals. It's not just about controlling computers anymore. Patients using Neuralink also have the ability to control a variety of other devices, from speakers and headphones to smartphones, simply by thought. The blend of hand gestures and mental cognition makes it easier and more convenient for them to control smart home devices. Can they really communicate with Neuralink? More anticipated than ever is the ability for Neuralink users to communicate with others without hindrance. They can engage in online conversations through a virtual keyboard or activate AI voice after completing the text. Furthermore, they have the ability to directly share their thoughts and ideas with others through an advanced BCI interface. This opens up a new door for communication and interaction between individuals, transcending barriers of both language and physical ability. And when it comes to entertainment, nothing is impossible. Neuralink patients can play electronic games by using their thoughts to control characters and actions within the game. They can watch movies, listen to music, and enjoy all other forms of entertainment by controlling the interface with their thoughts. Moreover, they can even engage in creative activities such as drawing, composing music, and writing poetry through BCI. If you find this notion absurd, remember Pager, a monkey who became the center of attention when implanted with an N1 linked chip into his brain to record neural activity? After collecting sufficient data, Neuralink was able to control a cursor in the game Pong just by Pager's thoughts. The video of Pager playing Pong with his mind caused a sensation on the internet back in April 2023, demonstrating the progress of thought control technology. With Neuralink, limits only exist in imagination. Humanity has stepped into a marvelous future where the power of thought becomes a reality, opening up a whole new world of potential and exploration. An even crazier advancement is when this Neuralink patient receives the maximum level of sensitivity in operating smartphones linked to a myriad of electronic devices within their home. Secondly, the pinnacle is the upcoming release of the Tesla Optimus next year. So perhaps the vegetative life will not be as hopeless as we once knew it to be. Neuralink has immense potential to improve the lives of patients in a vegetative state. With the ability to sense and operate smartphones, patients can adjust temperature, lighting, sound, and other electronics in their home just by using their thinking. With Tesla Optimus going on sale next year in 2025, Neuralink's capabilities will be expanded even further. Optimus is a humanoid robot that can perform a variety of tasks in the home, such as cleaning the house, cooking, doing laundry, and caring for the elderly or disabled. So, if these two technologies are successfully linked, is a Nobel Prize in technology ready to go for Elon Musk? This means that patients in a vegetative state could receive assistance in daily activities, as Optimus can help them with eating, bathing, changing clothes, and moving around. Participating in social activities. Optimus can take them for walks, take them out to meet friends, and engage in other community activities. Achieving greater independence, because Optimus can help them perform their daily tasks and reduce their dependence on others. How will Neuralink restore patients' visions if it reaches its peak in the future? In the future, besides linking anyone's brains to their smartphones, Musk also declared that Neuralink's computer brain interface could be used to restore vision for the blind and mobility for paralyzed individuals. Elon Musk, CEO of Neuralink, expressed optimism about the potential of the first version of Neuralink to achieve this. The idea involves implanting the N1 chip from Neuralink, which picks up neural activation signals in the cerebral cortex and converts these signals into digital images. Digital images are transmitted directly from the camera into the brain, stimulating neural responses to create visual input. The process has been likened to an old Atari video game, where low-resolution black and white images could be created. More specifically, for you to understand, the N1 chip will be implanted by the R1 robot as usual in blind patients. After recovery time, the chip of the brain will communicate with 64 small wires and 1,024 sensitive electrodes. Next, the patient may be required to wear a GoPro-style digital camera, which wirelessly transmits a live image feed via Bluetooth to the mobile device. The phone then converts that image data into neurosignals, which are implanted back into the Neuralink chip. The chip then transmits this nerve signal into the brain, allowing you to gain vision. Cool. How can the Neuralink chip be used to treat spinal cord injuries? In a typically functioning nervous system, brain signals are intended to perform a specific action, taking specific neural pathways called descending motor pathways. These ultimately supply the muscles with nerves or innervate them and force the intended muscle action. However, any injury results in the loss or impairment of these normal motor functions. Injuries can occur and cause disruption at any point of the nervous system, be it the level of motor and somatosensory cortex, where these brain signals are generated, at any level, the descending motor pathways, or at the level of peripheral nerves. For example, a patient with a spinal cord injury, the brain function is normal, and these brain signals are being generated normally. However, at the level of injury, a great majority of the signals are either lost, resulting in loss of function below the level of injury, or become abnormal signals, producing abnormal, unnecessary, or random movements, known as spasticity. Neuralink has immense potential in treating and improving many central nervous system injuries, such as traumatic brain injuries, stroke, and spinal cord injuries. Due to their ability to effectively redirect brain signals, they can help to overcome breaks in the body's natural circuits. In the instance of spinal cord injury, for example, there's usually a severe blockage of these brain signals at the level of injury. This results in an inability to produce or control movements below injury level. Chip N1 has the potential to read these brain signals and then divert them to an external computer. The computer is then able to generate an appropriate action which is transmitted to a receiver implanted below the level of injury. This allows the signals to bypass the level of injury and be picked up and delivered to the relevant areas of the body below the injury, generating functions. In the end, beyond supporting individuals with disabilities, Neuralink could integrate our brains with AI systems, enhancing cognitive abilities. Elon Musk envisions Neuralink playing a role in minimizing AI risks and advancing civilization by significantly improving the bandwidth between humans and AI, as well as between humans themselves. This connection could empower our brains to perform tasks at the speed of AI systems. He declares that soon, all of us will have the capability and knowledge of powerful AI systems within our brain, enabling us to solve complex problems in seconds, which could usher humanity into a new era of development. In reality, the Neuralink brain chip is a more complex version of BCI, with some significant differences, primarily revolving around signal recording methods. In the typical brain-computer interface, or BCI, small recording electrodes responsible for capturing brain activity are placed on the skull. This inevitably leads to significant signal distortion. Hacking neural implants or unauthorized access to thoughts poses serious threats, potentially impacting the criminal justice system and individuals' privacy rights. What would happen if neural implants were hacked or if law enforcement could access everyone's thoughts without consent? This raises intriguing questions. For instance, would you imprison someone for thinking about committing a crime even before they did it? This scenario is directly drawn from a blockbuster movie, Minority Report, starring Tom Cruise, but it could become a reality with Neuralink. While these capabilities offer a glimpse into a noteworthy future, there are still many ethical concerns. Safety is paramount, especially to achieve Neuralink's goal of integrating AI systems into the brain. Brain computer interface companies like Neuralink should prioritize transparency and safe data sharing. As this technology advances, relevant norms and regulations need updates. We'll need new privacy laws, digital security frameworks, and human rights protections to ensure responsible enforcement. The advancements being made by Neuralink hold exciting potential, especially for spinal cord injuries, traumatic brain injuries, and stroke patients. Currently undergoing clinical trials, these advancements still have much more to prove for long term success. But they're showing promise in the field of neuroregulation. How do you feel about Neuralink's latest updates, and what do you look forward to most about this technology if it really makes its way into the future? We want to hear from you, and we hope you had the most relaxing feelings after watching this video. If you did, please hit the like button and join the Tesla Car World family by subscribing to our channel. And don't miss out on any of our awesome videos by hitting that bell icon. We value your feedback and your time. As soon as Neuralink successfully implanted the N1 chip into the human brain a few days ago, sayings like "Welcome to 2024 Terminator beginning" were commented on a lot of Musk's posts with the same topic. We're witnessing the most rapid and modern development of the BCI field from Elon Musk. But is it really as scary as people often imagine when the first surgery has more changes than expected? Although the specific identity of the patient undergoing the N1 chip implantation was not publicly disclosed, Musk immediately alleviated curiosity about questions like, is he or she still alive after the surgery? What's the survival rate post-implantation? The briefest answer, recovering well, is what Musk shared on X. How Neuralink could break through with its first implant. No longer just detailed research projects, Neuralink has officially joined the ranks of pioneering companies in brain-computer interface research through the first human head implantation surgery. In the first non-disclosed invasion case by Musk, 90% of the initial patients received the exclusive N1 implant chip with an incredibly small diameter and size of 23 by 8 millimeters. This N1 chip comprises of 1,024 electrodes distributed across 64 threads, each thread much finer than a human hair. Unlike other invasive chips like the Utah array, the N1 chip causes less pain and has a significantly lower rate of body rejection. Besides, using the safest and most modern implant chip technology in the field of BCI, this first patient also went through the entire process of the study called PRIME, through two state-of-the-art linking tools of this Neuralink chip, including the implantable robot R1 and the user application N1. Although the implant procedure can't be leaked due to technological security factors, we will describe the most authentic experience this first patient experienced. We will not discuss the preparation and prior examination process because, as you know, it involves selecting a patient who already has a complicated set of standard conditions. Initially, the patient's skull is drilled to create a small circular opening that's aligned in size with the N1 chip. This step will be performed by an experienced specialist doctor. Subsequently, the computer takes over the task of connecting with the surgical robot R1 to determine the placement of the electrodes. And this robot will implant the electrodes at the designated position with a depth of just a few millimeters below the soft tissue. Finally, the N1 chip will be placed near the surface of the skull, close to the top of the head, and then stitched back. After a successful implantation surgery, the patient stays in a coma for at least 3 days, then they wake up. The N1 chip is then activated. Through the chip in the brain, it wirelessly transmits and records brain signals via a Bluetooth system connected to the N1 user app, where the signals are analyzed and converted into commands for a computer or phone. The computer then encrypts these commands into actions. The entire process can easily be understood in this way. We cannot ascertain the specific extent of the patient's disability or neurological issues, but considering their approach to Neuralink, it is possible that they may be paralyzed and unable to perform activities independently, or even more severely, may have lost the ability to communicate. To obtain human testing approval, the United States Food and Drug Administration, FDA, gave the green light to Neuralink for its first human trials in September 2023. after a prolonged period of non-approval due to some controversies and reliability concerns that the company had not been able to address. However, ultimately, Musk demonstrated safety both on paper and in reality following the surgery. As Musk stated, the patient has shown significant recovery, and he also added that initial results show promising neuron spike detection. Neuron spike is a term commonly used to describe the short and intense electrical activity of a nerve cell. More precisely, the National Institute of Neurological Disorders and Stroke describes neurons as using electrical and chemical signals to transmit information within the brain and to the body. According to the Queensland Brain Institute, mutations occur when nerve cells communicate with each other through electrical and chemical signals, enabling us to move, think, form memories, and more. Musk mentioned on Tuesday in another post that the results of the implantation have brought Neuralink closer to the launch of its first product, called the telepathy. You may be aware that telepathy is commonly used to describe the recognition and understanding of the world around us through sensory perception. It includes a person's ability to perceive and comprehend their environment using senses such as vision, hearing, touch, smell, and taste. So will Neuralink comprehensively replace lost functions? According to Elon Musk's latest updates on the most recent implantation case, the patient will be enabled control of your phone or computer, and through them, almost any device, just by thinking. Initial users will be those who have lost the use of their limbs. Musk does not promise that telepathy will help patients fully restore all their functions, but according to him, it can create benefits that someone with disabilities desire. Not stopping there, we can clearly see signs of strong ambition for Neuralink as Musk continues to write that imagine if Stephen Hawking could communicate faster than a speed typist or auctioneer. That is the goal. How terrible could Neuralink be if hackers invade? Although offering substantial advantages for individuals suffering from neurological disorders like Parkinson's or severe injuries, what worries people the most is the potential vulnerability of Neuralink to malicious entities, which could result in a Terminator scenario. Professor Marcello Jenka from the Technological University of Munich, an expert in AI development and neurotechnology systems, acknowledges the foundation of these concerns regarding Neuralink. When questioned about the possible risks, he underscores the danger of hacking attacks on the brain-computer interface, but also points out that the current risk is relatively low due to the limited widespread adoption of the technology. We also share the same viewpoint because any computer system and chip can easily be vulnerable to hacking at any time, even with Elon Musk heavily emphasizing security measures for Neuralink. The majority's concern about this is entirely justified because, as you know, the consequences could be unimaginable. Currently, Neuralink is still limited in achievements and the number of patients using it, making the likelihood of intrusion impossible. However, it is evident that Musk needs to prepare safety protocols for users when they undergo implantation. Another perspective comes from Dr. Bradley Greger from Arizona State University, who also shares the view that Neuralink is a significant achievement. However, he suggests that this experiment needs careful observation after 6, 12, and 24 months. If the device continues to function well, its applications may extend beyond the medical field. We could potentially use it to store and access our memories as we desire, and the device may even serve as a defense against the threats of AI. What do you think about this risk of Neuralink? Drop a comment below. By 2024, Neuralink is not the only company researching brain chip interfaces, and most of the advancements in this emerging field are being made in academic environments. Brain-computer interface (BCI) technology has been under research and development by scientists for several decades since 1978, but recent waves of investment from venture capitalists have rapidly propelled the field forward in the past few years. In addition to Neuralink, the company BCI Synchron made significant strides ahead of Neuralink in clinical trials using their brain chip in July 2021. In a promotional video on their website, the company stated that their brain Bluetooth allowed 2 paralyzed individuals to send emails, text messages, shop, and do their banking independently. That's quite remarkable, considering that Musk has not achieved this milestone at the moment. However, the future holds uncertain possibilities in this rapidly evolving field. In general, Neuralink has the potential to bring about significant changes in the lives of individuals with severe disabilities due to damage to the nervous system. However, it is emphasized that Neuralink cannot read thoughts or emotions of users. It can only send and receive basic brain signals related to motor planning. Elon Musk has mentioned the possibility of downloading memories and providing surveillance. but neuroscientists still regard these capabilities as largely speculative from a scientific standpoint. The technology is primarily designed to support individuals with severe neurological impairments, such as those who are disabled due to serious traffic accidents. It is not intended for widespread use or for individuals with milder injuries. Therefore, the consideration of its use is always emphasized because for us, a successful surgery does not completely eliminate the risks of such an invasive procedure. We still need more time to observe the process of Elon Musk's technology, as well as the condition of patients after several years of chip usage. At this point, the overall effectiveness will be extremely detailed. How do you feel about the future of Neuralink for eligible transplant patients? And what aspects do you hope this technology will develop and improve to convince the majority to criticize it less? We appreciate your contributions. We hope you'll have the most relaxing feelings after watching this video. If you did, please hit the like button and join the Tesla Car World family by subscribing to our channel. And don't miss out on any of our awesome videos by hitting the bell icon. We value your feedback and your time. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you soon. Until then, stay safe and have fun.